for these puppets. Now when you put on one of these puppets, you'll find that there's a lot of padding in the top of the head. So you're sliding your finger up in between all of that padding and the mouthpiece. So it is a little bit trickier when you do that. Oh, I'm so blessed to be here. I'm always thankful for the kindness of strangers.
I don't know about these. I don't know about those ones. This one seems like it's not as heavy. It's probably that one. Look. I find when I put my hand and my thumb in my, I can't really, as far as like open up the mouth, when I do it, the way you, is that fine?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, now when we get to the other puppet, he's going to be more like like Leroy,
Okay.
or Leroy, or however he hates to be pronounced. So we want to make sure that. So that's why we want to practice with these, and with Chris Puppet there. These are the stunt puppets that everybody gets to take home to work with. Okay. Before. Is there anything in particular that you want to work on, or is there any one thing that you say, I'd like to try this one thing?
Is there any time that we're going to be using both arms at the same exact time? Or can we just kind of just...
Most of the time you will be using just one rod at a time. Now, I believe that when we finally get to these puppets, they're only going to have one rod in them. I don't think we're going to have any puppets with two rods in them.
So how does,
but one of the reasons I did these with two rods is because I didn't know who was left-handed and who was right-handed. So far everybody's right-handed. We haven't had any left-handed puppeteers. So odds are you're just going to be working one rod at a time, and the other arm is just going to hang there at the side. So really concentrate on using one. If you want to use two, you would probably use two. Something. There's a lot of gravity in here.
how is that going to look? How's it going to look on camera with the other arms sort of dangling like that?
It's going to look like it's going to be looking like somebody's talking like this. You know, if somebody's out there and they talk with their hands and they gesture and says, "Oh, look over there," and they just kind of keep their hand at the other hand at the side.
Will it have a thing on it? What's it called?
No, a rod.
A rod on it.
Because you see, it goes into the hand, so you know it doesn't have to be there. Like the one, there's not even any rods on the one you had. So they come in and they come off. And we can also put like a piece of Velcro on their hand and put it in their pocket or put something in their hand or whatever, you know.
So, you know, if you were going to use two for something like, you know, when Kermit does his, you know, kind of thing, you would want two. Or if he's like a big gesture, or if it's like, you know, give us a hug. Come on, sweetie, give us a hug here. You know, then you'd want two. Otherwise, you just use the one, and he would just gesture, and you know, the over-dramatic puppets really don't have facial expressions. You can't emote, you can't show the emotions with the face, because the face is always going to be static. So if I'm going to do something like, you know, exasperation, it's, you know, something like that, or
So if you're right-handed, the right arm goes in the puppet, the left hand is for the eye.
Generally speaking, yeah, that's the way it works. Most people have more control with their right hand, so they use that for the fine control of working the mouth. So that the mouth works a little bit closer to what you're saying.
So my question is, if it's a regular shot, and not so my question, this is a new question.
Okay.
If it's a regular shot and these two puppets are interacting, how do we hide the human being? How's that going to look?
It's going to look.
Well, you know the camera is going to be part of the stage. So there's not going to be a stage. The camera is going to crop out a lot of everything.
Right.
So you're just going to cut.
It's going to look like this.
Yeah.
So
this is how it's going to look.
Okay. So
it's going to be high. If you want to take a look through the camera, so if you just get down here and
I got that in these.
That's not going to be good.
You gotta get some knee pads, Mustafa.
All right. Okay, so we raise them up here. Oh, my darling. I have missed you so much. How have you been?
I've been waiting for you to get back, Daddy.
Oh, I am here. Oh, I have missed you so much. Oh.
You need a breath, man.
I was going to say the same to you. Kiss me. Oh. Oh, you must blow your nose more often.
So
it's going to be a lot of, the show's going to have to take place a lot like this.
okay.
Or even, if necessary, if we have to get down this low for a shot.
See, the scenes where it's going to be puppet and puppet, that's going to be a breeze. You know
Where it's
what I mean?
puppet in person.
When it's puppet and puppet, it's when it's puppet in person, that's where it's going to be a little bit different because you got your height. But when it's puppet and puppet and there's no person,
You can kind of manipulate how you want.
Exactly.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now, depending on, like, for the outdoor scenes, when we were talking about that, about having like some sort of a wagon with the person here, and
And also too, like even in the, I know in the one scene where they're going door to door or whatever, with the exception of trying to figure out how the height differential is going to be. Like on regular shows, like say like on Sesame Street and other puppet shows, they just have like the regular puppets like walking down the street like people, and they don't really worry about like the height disparity.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, you're walking past a midget almost or a little person.
The thing is, the way the camera is, it's like a documentary, so it doesn't have to be everybody framed in the scene.
Right.
So the camera could be on you, which you're the human talking, and then we can
pan down to what the person is saying. Yeah,
it doesn't have.
Right.
We're not like we're gonna get a low angle to get everything. No, it's not.
also you can have, and I can do some like say the two of us were having. It would be something. I could be. No, you stand up because you're being a human person.
Okay.
And I'm down here, and I've got my arm way up here. I can bring this down even.
So it doesn't look too small, you mean?
Right. So if you took the camera and you focus up here, and then you come down to here, and then you go back up there.
Yeah, it's like it would be talking.
So
It's almost like
and
talking
you just
to my
make
son.
sure
You just don't go
you just
too
don't
far
make
down.
make sure that the camera doesn't go below or back here. And also, I'm going to be wearing black all the time. Everybody should